We do get to play both of these now, which is going to be quite good for us. Oink. Come on, Poros. Come on, Poros. Come on, Poros. Let's go, please. I think we got it. Yeah! Elusive Poros for the win. Never had to use our Poro snacks. Roadkill Revenge? Lux? Darius? Darius? Look, I don't play League, alright? This card could be really good. Like, honestly, I really think it needs 4 health. We're gonna get rid of the Elusive Poro for now. Last game, we didn't draw any Poros at all, but... like, we usually draw so many Poros that I don't feel like it's really needed. So let's see what they play. Okay, nothing. So we will play the Omen Hawk. This card gets much better with Von Yip, but... I don't know. I wonder what the best Von Yip target is. Double Von Yip. All the way across the sky. We're going to hold this. Right now, we only have one card that gets value off Von Yip. They're playing an aggro deck. Or maybe not. I guess not with Lux. Maybe Darius is just their finisher.
The blade, secure the kill.
Challenger. This is really bad against that. That's really good with Von Yip. I assume they don't attack with it.
You're covered.
Jesus Christ, another thing with 3 attack. We literally can't do anything. Well, we just take 3 damage here.
Protect and strike.
And then Von Yip dies. I guess we play the weaker Von Yip first. If we already know that they're probably going to kill the other one, right? Burning 2 mana here sucks. I feel like I burned 2 mana on this turn a lot. The turn before Von Yip, I feel like I need to add some better 2 or 3 drops. Maybe less of these 1 drops. I think I just play Von Yip here.
Like this?
I can't play anything with them, but I mean, I could play a 3/3, which is good. But I'm going to hold it in case I can play this and then resolve a 5/5. And then they kill one of my 2 Von Yips, and then these are still 3/3s. But that 5/1 is eating us up right now. It did get +1/+1 and overwhelm. Cool. Let's see if they attack immediately, which I pretty much guarantee, right? We gotta kill this at least. And this dies too, unless they have a way to protect it. They want to protect it, drop it down. We gotta drop another Von Yip and create a 5/5 instead. Does the 5/5 change anything? Actually, it does not, does it? So maybe we don't. Interesting. The 5/5 does block more damage.
Perhaps we should pause for thought.
I mean, they're trading this 5/1, right? Obviously, the 3/4 Von Yip is dead. There's nothing we can do about that. We're going to stop this 3. We're going to stop this 6. We're taking 7 damage. 7's a lot. 7 is a lot. Probably should have killed this one first. I don't know if it matters that much in order, but we're at 5. Do they have 5? And Noxious, they have +2/+2, but that's only 4. Sure. Why even bother then? Why not kill this one and get rid of both of them? Don't fully understand. This has 5 defense, so I would like it to be able to block that. Plus, we just get to play everything now. We'll play the Poros first, though, because the Poros get 4/4s. It is a tough Poro. So it's always just, you know, a Poro from any region I don't think it can create another lonely Poro, but all the Poros it creates will definitely have like a word. No, we just gotta play all this. We'd have 3, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I kind of have to play this now to not burn the extra mana. They're 4/4s. They could block. They could block that. They could block that. This is a 2/5. What is a block? I don't know. We probably are gonna frost this. All of our stuff could block all their stuff. Yeah, we're on the defensive right now, and I mean, not unfortunately, I guess, but we're not out of this. But we're in a tough spot. Chump Wump is not exactly ideal. But Chump Wump's honestly not that bad. He's much better when you have a Rummage. He's like a weird card, but he's just so good with Rummage. +4/+0. That's a card that I actually really like. But we will play a blocker here.
Our strength is yours.
I wish Von Yip. You need like a monster. The issue with this is that like if there's ever a monster 1-drop that's like just so super good with this, like there are some, but like if there's any 1-drops that are insane with that it's probably just an insane 1-drop in general, and insane 1-drops in card games are usually bad ideas. Holy crap. Did they actually just spare us? Unintentionally, probably. Well, 5.
Stand together.
We'll definitely fight with that. This is a 2/5. I want to get rid of some of this stuff because I have 2 Poros to play. So just to get some free damage on their stuff, right? This kills, like, you can block with the 0/12, right?
Get ready, girl.
Okay. Brings it down to 1.
Your training has failed.
We're losing 2 things. We get to play 2 things. We're just getting damage in on him. A Challenger Poro would have been really nice, though. What would we have challenged? You know what? Maybe it wouldn't have been nice. You're right. We don't care about keep any of this alive. But we just have to get damage in and keep our blockers up. All their stuff is damage is at 1. We could trade pretty well. This doesn't deal any damage the first time it attacks. This will deal currently 0 or 1. 2 damage to enemy nexus. I mean, that's not good. I do think we played Chump Wump and 1 Poro instead. Wait, why are you a 4/4? You're actually a 6/6 Poro. Holy crap. Look at that's a 6/6 lonely Poro. Holy shit. All right, let's see what we get. We've got good stats. He's got good stats. Oh my god, that's a good card to drop. Finally. I mean, it took a while. 27 cards in the deck, so yeah, I think it's about time we drew one.
Glory.
We have to just block fucking everything.
You're
But
mine.
I forgot about that. But we have another 5/5. This is not a good attack unless they have some really serious stuff. And if they have some serious stuff, we frostbite whatever they use the serious stuff to. But they're getting in for 1, 2, 3 damage, which is not ideal. I will get rid of the mushroom clouds. They are not going to be good. Well, isn't that a phenomenal draw? You have fierce. You have toughness, so you'll live. You're gonna die, so that's fine. You've got to block here.
Excuse you.
Von Yip's only giving this +2/+2 right now. Because I'm thinking Von Yip is not as important as this 6-1, or as my 6-6. Okay, just cast that, and just say end. Animations! Because it gets in for 3 or it gets in for 2. Currently at 3 HP. And not much of their stuff is doing anything. Trade, their thing dies. Nothing happens. Their thing dies. Trade. Trade. So I end up ahead. I don't know. It's a tough thing to think about blocking because there's a lot, you know. I will absolutely. How many more of those do you have? It's already blocked. It doesn't matter. We will have to frostbite that just to stay alive. We could have kept this guy alive, but this got +3/+0, which means it was going to get through for a lot. This guy doesn't do anything. Play a 5/5.
Secure me tail. Start the day.
We're fucked with this thing, though. This thing is going to attack for 8. We have to draw something able to kill it. I think we have to play both these mushroom clouds right now to hope to get an extra couple points of damage in. Oh my god, he had everything! Well, he's not going to block with this, so we're just going to play the mushroom clouds. If he gets another 2-3 points of damage, that is potentially relevant. If we draw a rummage off the top of the deck, that was a terrible play, but because we want to play it before he has a chance to draw cards. Why would we not play another attacker?
Oh, fluff everywhere.
He knows what I have in my hand. I mean, he doesn't know exactly what I have in my hand. But if he kills something, I actually get to put down 3/3 Poros. Elusive Poros. 1 mana 3/3 elusive Poros. That is so bad. You didn't have anything like that earlier. What the fuck? God damn it.
Trust me.
Alright, well he's done. This is 8, 7. He's gonna do 2 damage to our Nexus. 2 damage to our Nexus. We're at 1 HP right now. From everything I could see. Why did I attack without doing the order properly? Okay. Do you have a way to keep that alive, I assume? I could block this and kill it. That works. Okay. I don't know what he has. I can't judge yet.
Try me.
Okay. They're taking 0. Just hit OK. This is perfect. Please hit OK and win me the game. Okay. That's still good for us. Did they realize that guy was going to be an attacking 8 powered thing? That's like that's your chance, man. Alright, well, they need to draw something pretty darn good. That was a really bad block for them. Hey, there's that rummage. Well, I guess we keep the PORO. I mean, we're only at 3. They have a lot of ways out. Either way, this has been a good game. So, I want to say thank you, Roadkill Revenge, for the good game. I'm hoping I win it, though. But this is the thing, is a lot of times in this deck, I get really low. I get down to 3 life, and then it's like, do I make it? That is an okay ability. I will allow that to happen. We're not playing Von yet. He did take 1 damage, thank God. Okay, 5, 4, 4.
Where'd they go off?
They can't block this one, so we'll just do that. Are we good? You could block this, this, this. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You still be at 1.
If you ain't hurt, you will be.
You had to block exactly this, this, and one of these two. And now the question is, do we play Rummage? Probably not. We could play Rummage or Von Yip. I guess. I don't think there's a way of him out of this. I think we got it. Wait, what does Rummage give us? It never gives us a point of damage.
Anyone hurt?
I want to do that honorably. I don't want to BM him, you know? Oh, wait, he drew the thing. Oh, I told you those mushrooms mattered. It took 10. It was only 10, but man, God, they came in to do 2 damage. All right, did that matter? I don't know. Come on, Poro, you're oh so Poro. Just the thought of being a Poro makes me pour a Poro. Hey, Poro. A Yauso deck? Oh my God. We have a chance. We can't lose to the Yauso. This card is actually pretty good. I'll keep that over this. I mean, that card's good, but it's a 5-drop still. But yeah, like if we could manage to play this on 4 and keep a Poro alive, suddenly we're doing some good stuff here. Hey, but we'll start with this.
My training is unconventional.
Now, it's worth keeping in mind, Yauso may suck, but he could just be in a deck that just runs the good Iona elusive stuff, and we could just,
T for 2.
No. We might have to keep... They might play Zed or something. Well, I guess we can already look. No, they don't. This is a better blocker later than for 1 damage. Hell fucking yeah, brother. Alright, we got our plays. We play this on 4. And then we play this on 5 with a Lonely Poro or whatever on one of the Poros we have. And then Jury Rig out, so we get 2 3/3s.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
Means I had to play a Poro this turn just to have a blocker. I mean, I need to have something. I need it alive for next turn. Oh, that's a cute little Poro. That's one of the best artworks in the whole game. Sure, I'll block that. We don't know. We have no idea how big it could get. We actually have no reason to. 3 or less health. This doesn't get any more health. I think this is fine. If I use this right now to block this and kill it, then on turn 4, I want to play this, right? And then issue is on turn 5, I have this in 1 mana, but I don't have as much as I would like. I want to pocket the mana now. I could have played this to keep my Omen Hawk alive, but that also feels like I can get more value out of this card later. We don't have as much stuff as I would like to have. We'll play the 4/5 version, of course.
Follow along, little ones.
Fantastique. We can even play this in Poro Snack, but we won't. We're gonna play this. We could play Jury Rig, Brittle Steel. What Poro do we play? I guess we play another Lonely Poro. Maybe we just play the Sinister one instead.
Cute.
Where'd they go off to?
Sure, I'll attack. I want to keep my Poro alive.
How did that move go?
Doink. I'll glad. This thing could block these all day. I do not care. They have quick attack, but they're not even that particularly good, so. No wasted mana this turn. We wasted like 2 mana last turn, which just doesn't feel good, but that's a pretty good card too, but we just don't need to play it right now. We'll play it, try to play it before we play this other Poro Herder. We do get to burst in a blocker, which is great. No matter what they do, they would have to have burst removal, which there isn't. That's why Jury Rig is so good with Professor Von Yip. It wasn't in the original list that I had, and I just realized that, especially when you're running Rummage and Von Yip, you gotta have it. They're using Shen. They're gonna stun an enemy. That is totally okay. Okay. I will play Fearsome Poro. No, Fearsome Poro is Lonely Poro doesn't actually do anything.
find them unworthy.
Like, we might as well. That has barriers, so who cares? We're gonna turn this off. Block it. Block it. And I can't risk Von Yip no matter what. No matter what, at 3 mana, they could. I don't know the card base well enough to know what they could have, but I cannot risk Von Yip. Barrier on these guys sucks, by the way, because they have first strike. So, I mean, we could save this. We don't need to play it right now. It's a burst speed 3/3. I will play elusive.
What have I told you?
I want to keep 5 mana up if I can.
Shh, quietly. Something for the road. What have I told you? Stay out.
What you got?
You could have had
Yauso.
a place among the Kinku.
I've got enough ghosts to fight already.
We'll play this. It's a burst speed. And we will attack with everything. If we attack with him and he Yasuo blocks him, do we even care?
Don't touch that.
No, he'll block with this, and that's not what we want. And we'll attack with this.
Looking for this?
That's 7 currently. So you want to hold this just to see what how low they're willing to go. All right, so we could buff these Poros, keep this one alive. I think we just do it. So they're probably gonna bounce all my Poros back. The fact this is at 4 HP is gonna be super nice. Oh wait, that 5 mana card, does it do 4 and below? Oh, I think. Oh, we got the answer, guys. We're fine. Stun all enemies with 4 or less power. Yeah, it only does 2 damage though. So we will keep this alive. I mean, nothing dies, right? He also does 2 damage to it, and we can just keep this from being stunned in the first place. And this will die. Do we care? Okay, let's think about this. Stun all enemies with 4 or less power, not health. It doesn't keep anything alive. So we will do this. Keep this alive. And only thing that dies is this. But they are stunned. We get hit for 4 a lot. Oh, does he level up in the middle of this?
I do have a future.
Can you level up in the middle? I did not know. I thought that it would all resolve at once, but I guess it does resolve left to right as well. All right, so we need to, unfortunately, we need to. I think we just have to play this, because then we keep flash trees up for this.
Oh, fluff everywhere.
They did get +1/+1 already. Oh, because Poro
It
snacks.
must be done.
What have Poros done to you?
Taking 8 damage currently. All right. Is it dead? Are you dead? +0/+3. All right, it lives. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Don't know if that's gonna be enough. What do they have? They have 3 blockers. They can't block this 8.
I can barely keep up.
They block here, here, and here. They take 8. They're not dead. So what do we do? Everything with 4 or less power. Man, that card's so good against fucking Poros. Okay. But then the only thing alive is Yasuo.
They add up.
This thing is too important. With all these things in our hand that cost 1. Stun a attacking unit. They're gonna stun this, right, with the blade.
Decide my fate.
Block the 2. They're gonna keep that. I mean, yeah, obviously you want to keep that alive. Alright, they've got 1 card left. If they have that other 5 mana card that stuns everything, we're definitely boned. Thing is, Yasuo is particularly good in this exact matchup, which is unfortunate for us.
The Kinku.
Anything for the right coin.
All right.
That's one way to do it.
I think we play the 5/5 because it can't be stunned by normal means. I think we play the... We don't just play Poros. I think we play this thing because it has the most
In
stats.
the War Mother's name.
I mean, I guess it not technically, but it's got better defensive stats. And it has 5 HP, but I guess it's still power-based, not... Even if they stun everything, they can't stun this. This could block this. We're taking 5 million. Okay, never mind. They have to have exact for that card, though, I suppose. If we get a Poro Snacks... Oh, we're at 4 power right now.
I'm getting warmed up.
I actually forgot about that synergy. Progress day, it's nothing. I thought for a second maybe. Okay. I will absolutely block here. I will absolutely block here.
This is our homeland.
I mean, I can't risk it, right?
Till the end.
Play this first.
Quick footwork, fast strikes.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
They're gonna kill the weakest unit, so they're gonna kill this. So if we play this, we get it now, and we get to probably attack for the kill.
Scared stiff.
My tenure.
That's not what we want, but it's okay. Let's see if they can stop us.
Nothing personal.
Oh, my Poro. Man, that was hard fought against the low tier deck, but fuck you, we got there, yeah. So even with your ability to stun our entire deck and clear our board, we got there. Katarina, always cool to see. Great card. This is our build around. We're going to keep it. We are going to keep this because it's a burst 1-drop and it is synergistic with Von Yip because we could use spell mana on it. This card I think is also good with Von Yip. Also a decent blocker just in general, I think. Might as well play this now. Right, we don't know if we're going to draw minions next turn or not, but we'd rather get the value sooner rather than later. Would you look at that? Summon that lonely Poro. And an elusive Poro. I actually, I don't need to put this down. This is a blocker right now. Alright, feeling good. They got... No? Okay. Man, it's 4 damage on turn 2 with Poros. Not bad. You do want to save up some mana. We want to be able to play Von Yip and then Jury Rig in response. Although that is really good as well.
Never play face.
Nope, they're going to hit us. All right.
In the War Mother's name. Blood for Noxus.
I guess we throw this in front of it because we don't really care. In case, you know, they have a hand buff or something. I don't want to suddenly take 7 out of nowhere, right? We'll pass. Unfortunately, this isn't big enough to block. Oh, it would have been now, but it's okay. We can actually play both our spells.
Like this? Oh, I see.
What you got? What you got?
Brom help?
Okay. I think we do just Jury Rig it. Might as well.
Stand behind Brom.
Alright, they're blocking what they can. They're probably going to get Braum +3/+3, I assume.
won't get past
Nope.
me.
Okay, so they're just playing aggro, but I guess they just got a really lousy hand. Unfortunate for them. Maybe not, but it feels that way. It would have been nice to have more to play with Von Yip here, but we actually got kind of unlucky, I think. Rummage is, well, now that we got played Scrap Scuttler, it's not as good, I suppose.
First we fight.
Okay.
I'll do better this time.
I do kind of want to play this because it draws me 2 Poros, and then they both get buffed up with this. But we might end up playing Poro Snacks. No, we'd play Poro Snacks later, I think.
Have you met my shield?
Okay. This is 3-2. I can throw this in front of it.
Don't let my size fool you.
No, I better just throw this, right? We still have 1 Poro. I don't want to put this and have to buff it to not have something on defense for when they play Katarina. I'd much rather have a good old Katarina blocker.
Oh, fluff everywhere.
What do they got? What do they got? Do. Thank God we got this down. Drawing us 2 cards is good. 2 damage to all units. That really doesn't do anything. Doesn't level up Braum. It kills my 1 elusive Poro. But I guess they plan on playing Katarina next. So we could play 1 lonely Poro, which becomes a 3-3.
Oh, we'll find you some friends.
Which we can make a 3-5, which is enough to kill Katarina. She actually recalls. She doesn't die. I only have 1 spell mana. I was like, why can't I do my thing? We'll pass. I'll keep that spell mana. Frost is good against Katarina for sure. I guess we just play... No, the elusive one gets in for damage, right? Let's just play that. Hey, look at that. You're a 3-1 now. Good job. That's a happy Poro. Have another Avalanche coming, though. Probably will hit all this. Why would you play Avalanche in your Katarina deck? Normally you wouldn't. We'll keep you alive, because you're the most important. We don't need to buff the Poros yet. There's just no point. Guess we should have attacked. We should have played around the second Avalanche, but like they're really trying to like it just so Katarina must just be in there because she's just in there, right? I could do 3 damage to Braum. 4 damage.
Very risky indeed.
Let's attack. Let's see what he blocks.
Help is underway.
We're going for lethal here. We have 3, 6, 7, 8. We got 2 more damage here. Damn. All right. Freeze Braum. Still taking 9. And that's a way to do more damage. Okay. Braum does level up. No Poro yet, though. Why aren't we playing Braum? Because I don't necessarily think it's that synergistic with what we're trying to do. We don't, like, Braum needs to have a way to buff him. I guess we do have ways to buff cards, but... Oh, I mean, that's some free drop.
First we fight. Show me your best.
That is insane. I'm happy to have you do that. Again, it's just not time to pay Poro Snacks because it doesn't actually accomplish anything. You want, if like it's not accomplishing anything, why play it? You want, if you could have it as a there's a lot of times you could just instead have it as a combat trick, essentially. not killing the Von Yip is
Bloodshed
crazy.
begins.
Oh man, we have to choose now. Actually, Poro snacks. They're gonna kill this. I could block this and not die, so I guess we do that. We should have played this. The elusive is more important to us. But I mean, they're at 2. These guys are both at basically at 2/2s.
This is fun.
There's only
yes?
6 mana to play them all. I mean, we're at 20. Why not just let them hit us?
You've gone and spoke them.
It's not like we need to block this. I get so obsessed with feeling like I have to block. Sure. Either way, I'm happy I did it.
My tenure. The little ones.
We do get to play both of these now, which is going to be quite good for us. Oink. Come on, Poros. Come on, Poros. Come on, Poros. Let's go, please. I think we got it. Yeah! Luciporos for the win. Never had to use our Poro snacks. That was a dead card, but that's because I'm not that good. ... So ever since Runeterra came out, I've been trying to find a good deck for Poros, but I haven't had much luck. I've just made a bunch of bad decks that lose really badly. But while trying to do a whole other thing that I wasn't trying to make Poros at all, I came across the card and I was like, wait a second, this would work really well with Poros. And that was, I was trying to make a Professor Von Yip deck. It's a 4 mana, 2/3. When you summon a 1-cost ally, grant it +2/+2. Now, in other card games, this tends to be a really strong effect because it just makes, you know, you get 1 mana 3/3s, 1 mana 5/5s, you know, depending on what kind of the 1-drop it is and if you have buffs and stuff. So I was like, oh, this has got to be good in Runeterra, right? Honestly, not as much as you would hope, but in Poros, it actually has fantastic synergy. Now, as you can see, just like, if you haven't thought about putting these cards together, you really should. We have the 1 mana 1/1 elusive Poro. This is a 1 mana 3/3 Poro once you have Von Yip down. Or if you've had any other Poro snacks, it's coming down as a 4/4. Even if you don't have Von Yip, you know, the Poros have internal synergy to get buffed. So we're kind of, our real combo here is Professor Von Yip and just playing a lot of 1-drops. Now, outside of just the normal 1-drops, we are running a few interesting things. I was running 3 Unscarred Reavers and 0 Yeting Yearlings, but I found out, I haven't really experimented with this much yet, but I found out Enraged Yetis are a 1-drop. They're a 1 mana 5/5, so they will get buffed by Von Yip. So I figured, why not? There might be some way to include a Yeti package, include these Yetis, include Tall Tales. The cards feel weak overall, but I could definitely see them being really powerful in the right situation. So because our deck is so centric on Professor Von Yip, and to an extent, just Poro Herder, just to keep our card draw going, we're running a full playset of Rummage because we're already running, you know, obviously the region. And when you run Rummage, a lot of times you just kind of want to play Chump Wump. Chump Wump is a 4 mana 4/4, puts 2 Mushroom Clouds into your hand, which are 1 mana spells that kind of suck. Some decks use those to put mushrooms into the deck, some use it for spell synergy. We're using it mostly for Rummage discard. And if we don't use it, I did win 1 game because of the mushrooms, where it did get an extra like 2 or 3 points of damage in. So it's not irrelevant, but it's mostly in here because we have Rummage, and the cards just work really well together. So I think this deck is better than it looks. I do not think this deck is competitively viable on ladder. It is a meme deck, but it is a fun meme deck that can win if you're just trying to have a good time in unranked. You can cheese out some really, really cool wins with just a bunch of elusive Poros. Lonely Poros sometimes just add more to your hand. There's a little bit I would probably consider changing. An Iceborne Legacy, I could see this card coming out. It was not good in 90% of the times that I had it, especially as a 2-of. I just didn't really need the card ever. It never felt I didn't understand. It wasn't doing what I needed it to do. This feels like it's better with the unlukes. What are they called? I don't remember what they're called. You know, they're like the cows. Where you get a bunch of them in your deck, you shuffle more into your deck, you can pull them all out. I don't really think it's as much of a PORO thing. My idea was Lonely PORO would probably generate a couple of the same PORO, and we'd be getting, you know, a generally +5/+5 or something from Lonely PORO, but it didn't really work out that way. So I would probably put in something slightly more defensive, maybe even a couple of these POROs. And, you know, you could kind of fill the slot what you want. The deck is not 100% done, but because there's some flexible slots, but the core package here, PORO Snacks, Professor Von Yip, PORO Herder for the card draw, and then you have your early 1-drops. The cards that I was actually most impressed with was Jury Rig. Because we're running Rummage, we're like, well, why not run? Let's take a look at Jury Rig. You know, you want to look at the discard cards. This is a burst spell that summons a 1-mana 1/1. If you have Von Yip in play, this is a burst speed. That means they can attack, and you could summon a minion to defend that's not even on the board yet. This is like the only card in the game that does that. There might be another card that does it that I'm not thinking of, but it has to be a burst speed summon a minion in order to block with a minion that it's not already on the battlefield. With Von Yip, this is a 1-mana 3/3, which really catches opponents off guards. And if you have a Von Yip and you rummage 2 of these into the garbage, then you get 2 3/3s. That's obviously more of a pie in the sky, not going to happen regularly scenario. But having a Jury Rig in hand at the same point as you have a Von Yip on the battlefield is just phenomenal, right? It's a combat trick creature in that situation. And this card is surprisingly powerful. Obviously, you know, it could be used in a lot of things. It's good with Rummage. It's good with a lot of things. But with Von Yip, this card I think is particularly potent. So this is one you're definitely going to want to use. Lonely PORO is definitely a cornerstone if we're going POROs. You could try to do, like, I was trying to use Von Yip in a non-PORO deck, but all the 1-drops felt kind of, you know, there wasn't much payoff later game for 1-drops in any colors, not really anyway. And I really felt like POROs between the snacks, between the PORO Herder, being able to draw a bunch of them, and even between the Fluffed, we're not running any of the Fluffed, which is probably a mistake. We should probably run one of the Fluffed in here. The issue is it kills all your cards, and if they have 1 piece of removal, it just kills them. But sometimes it's a great top deck game winner, or if you even have 1 PORO, sometimes you just got to make that PORO kind of give it a +4/+4 buff, or potentially more. But so the payoff for POROs is just better overall. The POROs are the strongest 1-drops in the game because they all have a powerful keyword, at least in this deck. You know, elusive, very powerful keyword. This is value. It's a 1-mana 1/1 that gives you another 1-mana 1/1 with a keyword. This is kind of a 1-mana 3/3, but it's a little bit delayed. The 1-mana 0/3, this card I just overall wasn't very impressed with. It honestly, just because a lot of aggro decks and stuff, a lot of them are running Zed or spiders. There's a lot of the things that you want this to defend, it didn't defend without dying, and a 1-mana 0/3 die is just not very good. There was sometimes like where it would heal you, like if you're playing an early deck, they have a bunch of 1/1s, you could like block it, but overall, I don't think this is the right home for this deck. I think it needs to be in a deck with more barrier, more maybe toughness, maybe obviously Vlad's self-damaging deck, that kind of stuff. But we need 1-drops basically. And Yearling, I'm a little iffy on, even though I think it's probably really good. I'm a little iffy because the last breath shuffling 2 enraged Yetis into your deck makes it harder to draw the things you need to draw. But between the PORO Herder and Rummage, I think we could find at least 1 copy of Professor Von Yip easy enough. But it is so important that we find that card. And if we find a 1-mana 5/5 before we find it, it's not devastating, but it's much worse. Because when you play Von Yip, a lot of times you'll be able to play 1 thing beside it because that's what you're planning on. And then the following turn, you might be able to play 3 things, 3-4 things, and get a ton of value. I've had 2 Von Yips out. They do stack really good. I mean, honestly, I'm just rambling too long here. Guys, I highly recommend you try out the deck. It's not very expensive. It uses 0 champions at this point. And obviously, we could add a Braum for early game defensiveness, but he doesn't really do anything. You could add Teemo to this deck, obviously, because he makes Teemo a 3/3. And overall, it's just like having another daring Poro in a lot of ways, but I just don't have any Teemos. So if you want to add some champions, you can, and you can kind of look around. There's a lot of flexible slots, but it's more wanted to highlight the deck idea, the identity of the deck, rather than the perfect list. But you will find the deck list in the description below if you want to try it out. Until next time, friends. See ya.